Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got a lot of Steam news and updates to go over. You guys may have noted that there was a updated Steam subscriber agreement, and it's a pretty notable one. Not something that I can meticulously break down. I ain't no law expert. Your boy did not go to law school. I ain't about that life. However, we have been talking about legality in video games recently with all the Palworld versus Nintendo drama, and now we have an updated Steam subscriber agreement to go with it. On top of that, we recently talked about the Metaphor ReFantazio demo, and there were some very, very glaring issues with the PC version of that game. Seems like Atlas is well aware of that, but if Atlas ain't gonna do something about it, which they say they are, we got the modding community already doing something about it and fixing the game. Another W for the modding team. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But right off the top, yes, there is an updated Steam subscriber agreement, which I don't know if this happened to you guys, but I was literally on my PC. I think I was playing Final Fantasy, and I literally had like a pop-up come up with the updated Steam subscriber agreement, and I had to click accept. That happens from time to time, but I can't remember the last time something like that actually happened. But the updated Steam subscriber agreement notes, we'd like to share some information about recent updates to the Steam subscriber agreement SSA, which many relate to how any disputes between Valve and Steam users are resolved. We've eliminated the requirement that disputes be resolved by individual arbitration. As always, we encourage you to contact Steam support when you have any issues, as that will always nearly be the best way to reach a solution. But if that doesn't work, the updated SSA now provides that any disputes are to go forward in court instead of arbitration. We've also removed the class action waiver, as well as the cost and fee shifting provisions that were in prior versions of the SSA. For many of our customers, including the ones living in the UA and UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Quebec, these updates have limited impact as the arbitration rules did not apply to them even before the update. Look, I don't think myself or any of you guys are gonna get wronged by Steam to the point where we're gonna be suing them. However, that is, again, another element of Valve and Steam building goodwill with their user. I am just talking about this from the lens of somebody that is not a legal expert, as you guys are very well aware, but the idea that they're updating the subscriber agreement in a way that literally does nothing for them. Like, what does this really offer them outside of continuing to build goodwill with the user? And I do think that's very important. I think looking at the lens from building goodwill with your audience is going to pay dividends in the long run. Yeah, that is a good thing. And ultimately, like, who's gonna sue Steam and Valve and win? Probably nobody. But as far as building goodwill, I always think that's a good idea. I think that's like the biggest thing in gaming that is the most underrated element in from the eyes of the publisher. And the eyes of the publisher, they're always going to be chasing the bag, and the immediacy of chasing the bag in the form of implementing crazy collector's edition, implementing crazy microtransactions, pouring a lot of money in terms of live service games, etc., etc. There's a more immediate return on your investment in terms of going that direction, monetizing your game into the nth degree, instead of trying to build goodwill with the user. Because if you build goodwill with the user, there is no quantifiable measurement that you can see, okay, if we build X amount of goodwill, we'll get Y in returns in terms of a monetary value. There's no way to actually measure that. When you look at, let's say, a Sony dumping hundreds of millions of dollars into Concord, they are thinking about the lens of, okay, we can imagine that this game is going to sell 5 million copies, and if 1 million people concurrently play that game and spend X amount of dollars every season on it, we're going to be making money hand over fist. Whereas building goodwill with your audience, there's no way to quantifiably measure that. However, in the long run, it is going to pay dividends by building goodwill. At least that's what I believe. That is my subjective opinion. If you continue to build goodwill, you are going to get the engagement from your audience in the long run, and that is going to make you more money in the long run. We see now Ubisoft, as we'll talk about at the end of this video, is going to have to do a lot of things to rebuild that goodwill, and I think once you've destroyed goodwill, it's very hard to rebuild it. Is it possible? Absolutely. Absolutely it's possible, but it's a difficult thing to do. So that's my 2 cents on that from the vantage point of how this benefits Valve. It really doesn't benefit Valve in any way outside of the element of continuing to build goodwill with their audience. All right, moving on from that, Metaphor ReFantazio. Incredibly excited about the game. Absolutely going to be playing that game on October 11th. Honestly, though, a little bit scared how I'm going to juggle all of these games. I'm still playing through Final Fantasy 16 on PC. I'm still playing a lot of other games in my backlog. I just finished up another playthrough of Deus Ex Human Revolution recently. There's a lot of games to play, and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero coming out the same day as Metaphor, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, Silent Hill 2 Remake. It's going to be a busy time trying to cover all of these games. However, Metaphor does have a demo available, and it seems like the general consensus with the demo has been rather positive. The visuals aren't anything to write home about, but I don't think we're going into a game like Metaphor and JRPGs in general to expect, you know, a technical achievement that we haven't seen before. Metaphor, I do think, has a fairly good art style. However, the performance currently for the game has a lot of issues. Atlas's Western Twitter account did tweet out, "Thank you for everyone who has downloaded and played the Metaphor ReFantazio prologue demo. We are aware that there is an optimization issue on Steam and are actively working to address this problem." Now, it does seem like it's an issue as far as a limited CPU usage and the game being bottlenecked in that regard and causing performance limitations. How something like this wasn't caught, it had to have been caught. Like, I don't believe an issue this obvious wasn't caught in the development of the demo and the development of the game and the PC version of the game. I imagine it was a standpoint of they didn't care enough to fix it and they deemed it to be still playable. And they were like, okay, let's just roll this out. It doesn't matter. They're not going to care too much. And then when you get the pushback, that's when you adjust. Because there's no possible way. When there's ports that are this bad, like Star Wars Jedi Survivor and Last of Us Part 1, I just can't imagine that they didn't know. You obviously knew. Like, stop that garbage. Like, even if you have, like, 4 PCs testing this game, one of those PCs are going to have glaring issues, if not more than one of them. Like, come on now. When it's this bad, it's egregious. It's absolutely egregious, and you obviously did know about it, so that's just very, very annoying to me. However, the PC gaming community has come in clutch once again with a performance fix by Caldean on the Steam community pages. My apologies if I butchered their pronunciation. This game has absolutely insane timing code under the hood that's causing some of the worst performance I've ever seen in a game. I threw together a patch to remove the bulk of the offending threading code and replace it with a more efficient schedule. None of the problems are graphics API related. They should be so lucky. Extract either of these to your games directly and it'll apply the fixes automatically. There's a special K-fix and then also a standalone fix. The standalone fix can be loaded either as xinput.4.dll or using any loader and renaming it. So there you go with that. You know, it's another case of modders doing something that should be in a game at launch day, or in this case, you know, in with the demo. I get it that it's just a demo, but even the game's 2 weeks out, and 2 weeks away from release, you're having this glaring of an issue. Like, what if we didn't have a demo? You would have just rolled this game out with any fix, and that's like, come on, man. And it's a $70 game. It's not a $60 game. I feel like there should be a different expectation standard for $70 games than there are with $60 games. There absolutely should be a major expectation standard with $60 games. I don't want to say, oh, it's only $60. Get away with a bad port. No, but like a $70 game and then still dropping a pile of crap as far as a PC version, that's like absolutely egregious, and there's no way to get away with that. It's just ridiculous, but you know, at least it's being worked on. At least it's already fixed by the modding community, but there you go with that. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Interesting update to the Steam subscriber agreement. Metaphor ReFantazio is being fixed by Atlas, and if Atlas don't get it done, there's a user that already fixed it. So this is the reality of PC gaming these days. So, you know, it is what it is. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.